and they are snowbirds, so they are leaving tomorrow to go back to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Love Idaho, it's a nice place. So they're going back to Idaho. So tonight's the last night they're here in town, and I'm so happy they've joined me. It's taken them a year to get me into my kitchen, so thank you guys for coming.
Yay.
All right, and we had our new neighbor is here from, you moved here from?
Kansas City.
Kansas City, Missouri. So we've got Kansas City and Idaho in the house. And of course we have Joe here as we always do. So tonight we're gonna do a great and fun recipe, and it is a basil, asparagus, lemon, garlic pasta with ravioli that I slaved over today. And I don't have time on the show today to show you how to make ravioli, but I'm gonna show you the kit that you can buy from Amazon. I'm not getting anything for this, so there's no links or anything, but this is just a ravioli maker. Push this down a bit. You can buy it right on Facebook. Right on Amazon. And inside of it is everything you need to make dumplings and ravioli. So in it, you get a little ravioli container clip. And what you do is you take your pie dough or your ravioli or your pasta dough that you make. You would cut it in sheets a little bit bigger than the mold. You lay it across the top, push it down a little bit, and then you put your fillings. Just about a teaspoon into each one. You put another sheet across the top, and then you take the little rolling pin it gives you, and you roll it, which then creates or cuts all of your angles, all of your raviolis into pieces. It also has a dumpling maker, and with the dumpling maker, the same thing. You take a cutter and you push it down in the pastry and you put it on top, close it up, and voila, looks like you're a professional pasta maker. It also comes with a trimmer and your little brush to clean out all of the raw pasta you have. It's about 19 bucks on Amazon. It makes it much easier than trying to put it on the counter, fill it up, put another piece on top, cut it and get them all even, so you'll have much more even pasta that way. So look it up. It is called the Ravioli Maker, and 19 bucks. Can't go wrong until the tariffs kick in, and then it's probably gonna be 100 bucks. But so hurry up and get it, all right? The next thing I want to share is I've just inked a deal today with a company called Eat With. And what Eat With does is they put together events in people's homes that are chefs. So people that are coming to Palm Springs and visiting, or even people that are local, can go on to eatwith.com. They can look for Neighbors Cooking, and they can sign up to be at one of our shows on Wednesdays, watch the show be filmed, and get a great meal out of it and have some fun chatting with Joe and I and whoever our other guests are that night. So that should be up on their website in about a week or two, eatwith.com. And I'm so looking forward to inviting guests into the house who are going to be able to enjoy coming on the show, being my taste tester, having this little experience right here in Palm Springs. So I'm excited about that. And finally, my book. So I've been talking about my book I've been writing. I have my blog every week that's on Facebook and on YouTube. And it's called Kitchen Catastrophes. And it's all based on my book, Hot Mess Recipes. And I spent 10 years not writing this. I spent 10 years writing a recipe book. I found a copywriter. We went through it. We cut out half of it. And then she said, Mitch, nobody wants a cookbook. I was crushed. But she said the stories about all of the mistakes I made in the kitchen were really funny. So we pulled out the recipes, we pulled in the stories, and this is the finished process. This is not the cover, this is the mock-up. But this is all of my recipes. Recipes, that's a good one. Yeah. I like that. All of my recipes. Kitchen catastrophes, blunders with baking, sauce scares, grilling gone wrong, frying fiascos, soup slip-ups, salad snafus, pasta pandemonium, stir-fry scares, oven odysseys, dessert disasters, and cocktail catastrophes for your drinkers. So this will be published in about, Joe's like, yeah. So this will be published in a couple of months, and I'm looking forward to all of you getting it. It'll be up on Amazon. and I'm sure it'll be a bestseller. So that's all the exciting stuff that's going on here at Neighbors Cooking. So what are we making tonight? I know I've been talking way too much. So let's have a look at what we're making and the ingredients that go into it. We're going to be making a 5 cheese ravioli, which we made the raviolis, and we're going to pair that with this delicious asparagus and basil and parsley and lemons and tomatoes and olive oil, pepper, salt, garlic, and some fresh Parmesan cheese. And it's something all of you can make in about 30 minutes. What's really exciting about this, and it's taken me a year to get to this point, everything we're making except for the asparagus is out of my garden, out of my lemon trees, for the parsley, for the basil, for the lemons, for the tomatoes, all fresh, out of my massive estate backyard. Martha Stewart, eat your heart out. So actually I have a very small yard, but we have neighbors that also make herbs and cut and grow tomatoes. And so between all of us, we've got these great opportunities to eat very fresh here in our neighborhood. So I'm excited to use all of these. So let's look at the recipe. In this recipe, we're going to use lots of fresh basil, fresh parsley, fresh baby asparagus. And the way you know the difference between baby and big asparagus is its diameter. So these are little tiny asparagus. You don't want the real thick asparagus because it won't cook up in your pot well enough. A couple of lemons. We're going to take the zest from those. We've got some cherry tomatoes, butter, olive oil, pepper, salt, a couple cloves of garlic, a little bit of red pepper, depending on if you like red pepper or not, or the spice. You ladies all good with red pepper? Spice? Okay, all right. And some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. So let's get started. So over here, we're gonna go ahead and get our water boiling for the pasta. Heat up our pan. Again, I'm using my hex-clad cookware, which I have just really fallen in love with. I used to almost exclusively cook with my my grandmother's cast iron pan. I loved it. And I had some copper pans, but they weren't the best of copper pans. I had them for about 10 years. And I've told you all, I really don't like buying a bunch of things that you're never going to use and you hide in the back of the cabinet. So I finally gave in and bought these Hexclad Gordon Ramsays, and they're really wonderful. So check out Hexclad the next time you get a chance. It's full of commercials today. So I also have some ricotta cheese here that I had left over from making the raviolis. They were 5 cheese raviolis. So we're going to put a dollop of that on top of our final product. I will have the recipe up with this show when we're done. But in the meantime, let's get started. How's your week been, Joe?
Good, busy.
Busy? You know, Joe is a manager for Starbucks and a great friend. He's been with me almost since the beginning of the show a few years ago. And we have come a long way.
We have.
So last week we had 88,000 people watch the show.
Wow.
Right. That's what I said when I saw it. And we're pushing close to 100,000, I'm sure, for this week. So thank you all. Remember, we have a YouTube channel you can subscribe to. But let's get started on how we're going to make this. So we're going to start off by getting things cut up. So we'll start with our asparagus because this is the longest cooking vegetable that we have to cook. We're going to use all of it. I cut off the very tips, the very ends, to take the old ends off. But we're going to make these all nice and even here. And then we're just going to cut into bite-sized pieces, leaving the tips to be beautiful. We're going to put our olive oil in the pan. There we go. And while that's heating up, whoops, well, I can put this over here for a second and get another cutter. We're going to do our tomatoes, and we're going to cut all of our cherry tomatoes in half. I do have a little trick for this, but every time I try to do it on camera, it never works. So we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way, one at a time, or 2 at a time. So you're going on vacation soon, Joe, aren't you?
I am.
Where are you going?
Florida.
Where in Florida?
Just right on the coast. Josh's family likes to go to the beach.
Ah, well, tell everybody so they can stock you in Florida. So his partner Josh, his family's in Florida. You travel a lot. Well, he travels a lot. All right, well, by those, I'll cut those up again in a minute. Let's get these going. Don't get your oil too hot like I just did. So we're gonna let that cool down for a second. We'll just keep cutting these tomatoes. The nice thing about this dish is it's all fresh. You could certainly add shrimp into it or chicken into it if you wanted to have some protein, but for us tonight, we're just doing a nice, clean, vegetarian recipe. Even the ravioli I made with almond flour, so it's gluten-free, which took a couple mistakes to get to where I wanted to be. But it came out fine. And not, you know, not that gluten-free is important unless you need it to be gluten-free, then it's certainly important. But you know, gluten just gets stuck up in your system and it's hard to digest, and lots of people have allergies, gluten allergies. Although they didn't back in the 60s. 60s and 70s, I don't know, maybe we had better food in the 60s and 70s, I don't know. But it seems people have many, many food allergies. So maybe we'll be able to solve that problem with some of our government decisions to, all right. So in goes that. We're also gonna add, Joe, can you turn that back on for me, that light? Here. There we go. We lost our light. So, technology, there we go. Whew. All pretty again.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, oh, yeah? So, we've got our asparagus going. We're going to add a little bit of salt. And I know you're all anxious to see my raviolis, so I'm going to get those out of my freezer. I'm going to hide my not pretty one. So these are the raviolis that we made from that mold. You want to freeze them up when you are going to put them in the boiling water so that they don't all fall apart. So we just made a dozen or a little over a dozen of them. It is time consuming, but not as time consuming as making them like pasta, like, you know, noodle pasta noodles. Got that in, all right. Let's go ahead and get our basil. And I am just, this is right out of the garden. And we're just gonna pull off the leaves. Don't want the stem.
Now, can you do anything with the stem?
No.
No, just throw it out.
Just throw it out. It is sour and bitter, like almost every ex I have. You know.
Yeah, been there.
Been there, done that, divorced them.
Yeah.
All right. So we get our basil. We're going to cut up our parsley. All right. And the parsley's for the end when we a little bit of decoration and a little bit in the pot when we're cooking it. All right. There we go. Next thing in here is going to be our tomatoes. Look how pretty that is. And our garlic. Yum. A little bit of salt and pepper. Turn that light down just a little bit. And we're going to grate up some lemon zest first. Have you guys ever gotten any of the lemons off the trees out here?
Absolutely.
Yep, and the limes and the grapefruit. And I wish we did a better job of getting all those. All right. Lemon zest, we're going to put that right into the pan. That just all start to blend together. We don't want the asparagus to get limp or anything. And the basil, let me save a few leaves out for decoration. You can just take your basil, put it in a big bundle, and just rough chop it. Go and into the pan. There's no cream sauce on this, so this is not a cream sauce. This is just a nice, clean, healthy dish. You could certainly add an Alfredo sauce to it if you wanted to, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. And the last thing we're going to do is grate up some of our cheese. Again, fresh Parmesan. I told you not to buy that stuff in the bags because it's like plastic.
Camera went out.
Okay. Looks like we lost a camera. Gonna have to fire my camera operator.
Oh, okay. I just do what you tell me.
See, Josh, way to his heart. Food. All right, we've got some nice fresh Parmesan cheese here. We've got this going, and now our last thing to do is to put in our ravioli, because this is only going to take a couple minutes. To cook. Probably about 3 or 4 at the most. Let's get the oil going. Love raw ravioli. I mean, love. So this is what happened to my bad one. Put it in the freezer and it, I don't know what happened to it. But mistakes in the kitchen. All right, so this is going to just take a minute to get the ravioli done. Have you ever made ravioli or pasta?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. My nana did, but...
Your nana?
Mm-hmm. My Nana Spinelli.
Nana Spinelli, how cute is that? I bet she was adorable too.
She was, like 5'8", swore in Italian, so I didn't know what she was saying.
But you picked it up.
Yes.
A faux hollandaise sauce. Really, really good. We're going to add some of our parsley into it. Lots of green. So do you guys drive back up to Idaho?
We'll fly.
You fly?
Yeah, like many people around here.
Is that what they do?
Well, if the snow gets in the pass in the fall, it's
Yeah.
harder to negotiate.
Why not just keep a car up there and a car down here?
We do.
Oh, yeah.
There are 2 of us.
I gotcha. All right, so look how pretty this looks. Ravioli's going. I got a little ahead of myself, Joe. So what are we going to talk about?
How's the website coming along?
The website's almost done. Thank you for asking. Good question. The website is almost done. I have a call on Monday to hopefully finalize it, and then that will be up. It will have all of our recipes. That's been the hard part about the website is I've had to I've had to find, not that I don't have them because I clearly had a whole book worth, but I have to get them formatted. It's all been uploaded to the web designer. And so we'll see. We'll see if they listen to me for the 5th time around. We're going to put a little bit of butter in this, just to finish it off so it has a little bit of creaminess to it, without having cream. There we go. Yummers. And let's see how the raviolis are doing. So what do you guys like to cook?
I'm the cook.
What do you cook?
Well,
You make great cakes, I know that.
well, thank you. I think that was the lemon pudding cake.
It was a lemon pudding
With
cake.
all the Meyer lemons from
Yes.
right here in the neighborhood.
Yep, they were
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah. So that's a recipe I inherited. I like to do chicken dishes,
Okay.
and the other night I did an eggplant and onion.
I'm not a big eggplant fan. It's funny. I think it's a little bit, I don't know, there's something about the texture of it.
Try mine.
I will, you have to cook for me. When you come back, you can cook it for me.
It's a little bit formidable here.
Oh, stop. You can easily make this. There's nothing formidable about it. All right, so I think our raviolis are probably done. If not, you guys are going to say they are when you taste them. All right, so we're going to drain our ravioli here for just a second. Gently, because homemade when you buy the ravioli in a bag. All right, look out, Benny. All right. I think we're good to go. All right, so we're going to take a couple of our raviolis. Can you see that, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's usually in the back going like this. Move it over. So we'll put a couple, some of our tomatoes and asparagus. Put it right up on top. Take some of our Parmesan cheese. I think we'll just put a little dollop of the ricotta. Right there in the middle. And a basil leaf. Voila!
Fabulous.
And that is it. So I'm going to bring Chris on.
Woohoo.
Come on, Chris. I'm going to give you a spoon to try it with. So you're going to look at this camera right here, so you can stand this way.
Okay.
And you're going to take the first bite.
Well, first of all, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Colorful, great presentation.
Thank you.
Take my first bite here. Mmm.
Good?
No, not good.
Not good?
Great.
Great! Yay!
Great. This is great. It's scrumptious.
And it's fresh. It's not
Fresh.
heavy.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Awesome. Will you go back over there and have a seat?
I'm going to say this. This is not a recipe. This is a great
This
recipe.
is a great recipe. Thank you so much. Have a seat and we'll get you. So that's the show. It's a super easy recipe that you can have ready for your family unless you're hand making the ravioli. If you're not going to hand make the ravioli, don't buy hard ravioli, buy the fresh ravioli, like the Rana fresh pasta. You'll find it in all the grocery stores. And they have cheese pastas and meat pastas and all kinds of stuff. Or you can go to your favorite local Italian restaurant and probably find some fresh made pasta. So that's our episode today. I thank you again for all of your support. Please follow us and subscribe to our channel on YouTube and right here on Facebook. And until next week, keep enjoying your family, keep enjoying your food, and remember there's always a place for you right here in our kitchens. Have a great week.